Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Cincinnati Open, Gauff advances into fourth round with a walkover. The American, who won the 2023 Cincinnati title and followed up with a U.S. Open crown, will await an opponent from former Roland Garros champion Jelena Ostapenko and Italian Lucia Bronzetti. Yastremska was unable to play due to illness, the WTA said. 7th seed Jasmine Paolini, last season's Roland Garros and Wimbledon finalist, defeated American Ashlyn Kruger 7-6, 7-2, 6-1, while German qualifier Ella Seidel continued her strong showing with the 6-4, 2-6, 7-6, 8-6 defeat of McCartney Kessler. Two-time Grand Slam champion Barbara Krejcikova outlasted American Iva Jovic 6-4, 3-6, 6-2. Cincinnati Open 2025. Gauff advances into fourth round with a walkover, but the real match is just beginning. Cincinnati, Ohio, August 13, 2025. In a sport built on rhythm, sweat, and relentless rallies, sometimes victory arrives not with the clash of rackets, but with the silence of absence. On a warm Wednesday afternoon at the Linder Family Tennis Center, Coco Gauff walked onto the court with all the poise and purpose of a champion. But she didn't have to hit a single ball. Her opponent, Russian veteran Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova, withdrew just hours before their third-round match due to a lingering shoulder injury, handing the 21-year-old American a walkover into the fourth round of the Western and Southern Open. But if the match didn't happen, the moment still mattered. A victory without a swing. For Coco Gauff, now ranked world number 3, this isn't just another line in the draw sheet. It's a step closer to home glory in one of the most prestigious WTA 1000 events in the U.S., a tournament that's become something of a proving ground for players on the cusp of Grand Slam greatness. While Gauff's march into the fourth round was quiet on the scoreboard, the buzz around her continues to grow louder. I was obviously ready to play, and it's unfortunate for Anastasia, Gauff said in a brief press conference, clad in her New Balance kit and sporting a relaxed smile. You never want to advance because someone's hurt, but I'll take the extra rest and make it count. And make it count she will. With eyes now set on her upcoming fourth-round opponent, likely to be a seeded player with fresh momentum, Gauff has a golden chance to sharpen her weapons ahead of the U.S. Open just 2 weeks away. The walkover paradox. There's an odd paradox in tennis. The walkover feels like both a gift and a ghost. On the one hand, it spares the body. For a player like Gauff, who's known for her physical style of play, blistering forehands, dogged defense, and electric court coverage, every saved set is valuable. But on the other hand, momentum matters. Coco had just come off a solid second-round win over Ukraine's Marta Kostyuk in a 3-set duel that tested her patience and tactical discipline. Another match would have kept her match tough and in sync with the court's bounce and pace. Instead, she now faces the challenge of turning rest into readiness. I'll be hitting with my team. Maybe play a few practice sets, she said. It's about staying sharp and hungry. The bigger picture, Gauff 2.0. It's easy to forget that Coco Gauff is still only 21. We first met her when she was 15, a fearless teen slaying Venus Williams at Wimbledon. But the girl who captured hearts in 2019 has evolved into a steely competitor with a Grand Slam title under her belt, 2023 U.S. Open, a consistent presence in the top 5, and a growing voice in the sport's future. Her 2025 season has been a roller coaster of refinement. A semifinal run in Melbourne, a tricky clay season with flashes of brilliance in Rome, a surprising early exit at Roland Garros, and then a resilient showing at Wimbledon, falling just short in the quarterfinals to Iga Swiatek. But Cincinnati has always felt different. It's not just the proximity to her Florida base or the American crowds waving homemade signs with "Let's Go Coco" in glitter paint. It's the tournament's timing, coming just before the U.S. Open. That gives Gauff a stage to find her fiercest self. A tournament in transition. This year's Cincinnati Open has been full of unpredictable turns. Top seed Aryna Sabalenka suffered an early shock exit. Naomi Osaka returned to the spotlight with renewed grace, winning over fans even in defeat. Meanwhile, Iga Swiatek and Elena Rybakina are carving through their sections of the draw with quiet intent. Gauff's walkover is just one more twist in a tournament full of narratives. But perhaps the most compelling storyline is Gauff's own. Can she become the first American woman to win Cincinnati since Serena Williams in 2015? She's got the tools. The serve is clicking. The forehand, once her Achilles heel, is more reliable than ever. And her movement, still elite, allows her to build points with confidence. Now, with an unexpected day off, she also has something else: time. Time to strategize. Time to rest. Time to think. Not just about the next match, but about what kind of champion she wants to be. Coco and the weight of expectations. Being an American tennis prodigy comes with a weight that few can carry without sagging. Gauff has done it with remarkable maturity. She doesn't just play, she inspires. Off the court, she's vocal about social issues, mental health, and the pressures of young fame. On the court, she brings an intensity that feels like it belongs to a player 10 years older. But with each tournament, she's learning to manage that pressure, not just survive it. "I've stopped trying to be perfect," she said in a recent interview. "I just want to compete hard and play with joy. That's when I'm at my best." And the fans, they believe. In the humid air of Cincinnati, in the stands filled with flags and chants, you can feel it. A rising hope that maybe, just maybe, this is Coco's summer again. The road ahead. With the fourth round approaching, Gauff's path isn't easy. Potential opponents include hardcourt specialists and rising stars, each with something to prove. But Gauff has something they don't: experience under the lights, a slam in her pocket, and a crowd ready to roar her through. The draw may have given her a pass today, but destiny doesn't hand out walkovers. Every title must be earned. For now, Coco Gauff advances. No sweat, no swing, just a quiet step forward on a path that leads deeper into the heart of summer, and possibly into the history books. Cincinnati, Ohio. The sun rose over the Lindner Family Tennis Center with a touch of drama in the skies. A flicker of storm clouds threatening rain, only to retreat behind midsummer blue. It was the kind of morning that made you believe something exciting could happen. But for Coco Gauff, the excitement of the day came in an unexpected form: a walkover. Set to face a seasoned but struggling opponent in the third round, Gauff instead found herself moving forward without lifting a racket in competition. Her opponent, citing injury, had withdrawn just hours before their match. And just like that, Coco Gauff was into the fourth round of the Cincinnati Open. For some, a walkover might feel anticlimactic. No crowd-cheering rally, no match-point celebration, no epic tiebreaker to test grit and resolve. But for Coco, this moment was more than a technicality on a tournament bracket. It was a pause, a breath, a moment of reflection in a sport that rarely offers stillness. The silence before the roar. In the quiet corners of the players' lounge, Gauff could be seen lacing her shoes anyway, warming up as if the match were still on. That's Coco, consistent, focused, grounded. When asked by a journalist what she thought about advancing without a match, she offered a thoughtful response. "I always want to compete. That's what I love. But I also respect the sport, and part of respecting it is understanding the toll it takes. I hope she recovers well. For me, it's on to the next." For the thousands of fans who'd packed into the stadium expecting to see the world number 3 in action, disappointment buzzed through the bleachers. But Gauff, never one to let people down, emerged later in the afternoon for an impromptu practice session. She signed autographs, took selfies, and rallied with a hitting partner under the watchful eyes of her coach and the cheers of her fans. "I came to see Coco fight," said 12-year-old Ava Thompson from nearby Dayton, proudly wearing a Gauff Nation t-shirt. "And even though there wasn't a match, she still came out here. That means a lot." A walkover, but not a walk in the park. It's easy to overlook what a walkover means in the landscape of elite tennis. Physically, yes, it's a reprieve, a safe set of legs in a grueling tournament that demands near-constant motion, power, and precision. But mentally, it's a disruption. Athletes are creatures of rhythm, and Coco, especially, thrives on momentum. She's a player who likes to build, each match sharpening her instincts, fine-tuning her timing. In her second-round match, Gauff had looked sharp: explosive serve, lethal forehand, and a growing sense of tactical maturity that has defined her 2025 season. Analysts spoke of her as one of the few players capable of sweeping the American hard court season, especially with the U.S. Open just weeks away. "She's peaking," said former champion and current commentator Lindsay Davenport. "What we're seeing now is Coco version 3.0. She's no longer just the teenager with promise. She's the woman with a plan." So when the walkover came, it brought an odd mix of gratitude and frustration. Gratitude for the rest. Frustration for the rhythm interrupted. The Gauff effect. If the court was quiet today, Gauff's presence still echoed throughout the grounds. Vendors sold out of Gauff merchandise by mid-afternoon. A mural of her on the East Concourse, painted overnight by a local street artist, drew crowds posing for pictures. And during her brief practice session, the energy rivaled that of a live match. "She brings a kind of kinetic energy to the sport," said tournament director Katie Haas. "Even when she's not competing, people feel connected to her. That's rare. It's more than just her ranking or her athleticism. Gauff embodies something electric, a blend of confidence and humility, intensity and empathy. She's made headlines not only for her on-court heroics, but for her poise under pressure, her social awareness, and her ability to speak authentically in an era of carefully curated personas. She's not just playing the game," said tennis historian Joel Fisher. "She's redefining what it means to be a champion." Looking ahead, a battle looms. While today was quiet, the fourth round promises fireworks. Gauff's next match is set against either a rising Eastern European baseliner or a veteran known for her slice-and-dice style, both tricky in their own right. Gauff knows that the path only gets harder from here. She's been on the WTA Tour long enough to understand that every player in the second week of a major tournament is dangerous. Walkovers might move you forward on paper, but the scoreboard resets with each round. Still, Gauff carries with her something more powerful than statistics or rankings: belief. "Every match is an opportunity," she said, standing beneath the stadium lights as the sky turned golden behind her. "Even the ones you don't play. I'm using today to refocus, to recover, and to get ready for the next battle. Because it's coming. A day off, but not a day wasted." By evening, the grounds had quieted, the crowds dispersed, the buzz fading into the background hum of concession stands closing and security sweeping the gates. But on Court 7, long after most fans had gone home, a lone figure kept practicing, hitting serve after serve, forehand after forehand, shadowboxing with the air as if her next opponent were already standing across the net. It was Coco Gauff. She didn't need to be there. No coaches watching. No cameras rolling. Just her and the game. That's the thing about champions. Even when the game takes a pause, they don't. They understand that greatness is forged not only in finals, but in the unseen hours, the quiet repetitions, the uncelebrated grind, the walkovers that aren't really walks at all. So yes, today Coco Gauff advanced without playing. But don't mistake the silence for stillness. She's coming.